Hi, thanks for being here today. Welcome to Medicine Crow Tarot. This will be a general love and relationship reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Jupiter. Since it's a general reading, the energies may not apply to everyone, but if this reading resonates with you, I invite you to like and or subscribe. If it doesn't, please don't try to make it fit. Just take what feels right and forget the rest. The energies of this reading may apply to either you or the other person. Also, please keep in mind these are general energies and are not meant to replace your own personal intuitive knowing when it comes to your own life. Okay? Cool. Let's get started with the reading. So let's see what the overall energy of the reading for the month of August will be for air signs. And this is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Jupiter. Okay, so it looks like there's a definite cycle happening right now. Looks like you're just finishing up with one type of energy and headed into the next. The Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana card. It's very significant in terms of if you're trying to move onward and upward in life, in your singleness. If you're looking for a relationship or trying to move to the next step, next phase of life, this is a very good omen for it. It doesn't say necessarily that you will be meeting someone if you don't know anybody. It doesn't say that the person you're with, suddenly you will, become more serious. Those are energies that are appropriate for sure, but it could just as easily be saying that there's more preparation that you will be accomplishing towards moving towards somebody. There's a lot of things this could symbolize, but it's definitely a cyclical energy, moving onward towards something else significant in terms of energy-wise. All right. Let's see what the communication energy is. Okay. Communication energy of the relationship, Six of Swords. So it looks like the new phase coming through is going to be moving to a better spot mentally. So it's possible that singlehood has been difficult. It's possible that you've been struggling with why hasn't the universe brought someone to you yet? Someone meaningful. Why is it withholding a loving relationship from you? If this is the case and you have been vacillating back and forth between feeling comfortable with yourself and feeling doubts and will I ever be with somebody, excuse me, this is the energy of saying I'm moving past that. I want my it's not that I want, I feel like I have more trust that it's going to be fine. It's like letting go of the self-doubt and moving forward towards something more knowing. And this is sword energy, it's mental energy. So it's been a difficult energy mentally that you've been coming through, and it's moving forward into a better state of mind, basically, is what we're looking at here. But it's a major arcana energy for the reading, so that's a pretty significant move, this Six of Swords in this position right now. And if you are in a relationship or trying, let me think how to rephrase this. If there is someone that you are trying to establish a relationship with, it's possible that there will be conversation like apologies, or just trying to come to understanding of what is the difficulty we're in right now, like a DTR almost on the relationship, if there's somebody that you're having trouble getting through to. But in general, I think this is just a state of mind. This is something that it doesn't necessarily involve how the other person feels right now. This is more your own mental progress. You're doing something to give yourself a stronger position, so you're not vacillating as much now. Okay, so let's see, what is the strength energy for August for relationship energy? Knight of Swords. So there's definitely quite a bit of movement happening. Knights obviously are movement energy, and so the strength of August is going to be the movement that you make in terms of relationship energy. I think what that means is, I feel like it means that this transition that you're making is actually really important for bringing in connection. So it's almost like the difficulty of the past. Either you've been focused on learning the lessons of the past, or you've been struggling with releasing the energy of the past. And that by moving on from that old energy into the new energy, it's causing a sharp change in how you resonate outwardly. Whether you have someone in mind or whether there is no one in mind, this is going a long way towards saying that your way of thinking about relationships and your experience of that energy is significantly changing here in the next few weeks. This is really encouraging. This is a really good sign. It's very positive forward movement. The Knight of Swords is definitely an energy of movement. It's an energy it's a truthful energy, so it's not just pretending, and it's not just ignoring difficulties of the past. It's vanquishing the energies of the past that have held you back, that have prevented you from manifesting something more abundant. So this is a really wonderful energy to be moving forward into. It's a very, very good sign to have here. Let's look at what is the weakness of your current position. Maybe some of the obstacle energy. Okay, so a couple cards came out, but I don't want to show multiples because I want to keep this as general as possible, and I want to keep this as helpful in a variety of interpretations. So here we have the weakness perhaps being a bit of defensive energy. We've got the Nine of Wands. You've been through this difficulty of the past, and you want to put it behind you, but it's possible that you are moving on, but there's a defensive energy about it that it could prevent the amount of movement going forward. So it's not saying that, oh no, you're too defensive and you're not going to move because how defensive you are. Rather, it's saying, be mindful that to do this energy properly, to move through this energy properly, you need to be aware that you're releasing the defensiveness of the past. Perhaps you feel like you've been wronged. Perhaps you feel like the universe has, it's kind of it's a little bit of a victim energy I'm seeing as a weakness card. It's not saying that you're, holding sturdy and ready to go forward. That is there a little bit, but this is more of it's the universe saying be aware. So the universe is saying, don't take this energy with you into the future. Perhaps it held you in a position of strength in the past. You might have relied on it because of your feeling right in your position, but it is no longer serving the new energy that you need to welcome into your life. And so just be aware that this is something that is a bit of a block to you right now, and you're trying to move through this energy into the new phase of future that this major arcana Wheel of Fortune is wanting us to focus on for this reading. Okay, so how is this informing your reality? The reality of your situation right now, air signs, in the month of August. I feel like there's a lot of energy right here, actually. Okay, what I'm getting before I even pull a card. Okay, it feels like this manifestation energy is something you're going to choose. This is major arcana, so the wheels are in motion, but it's almost like saying, we're not choosing how this cycle manifests. We're saying that it is up. The cycle is up. So it's almost like saying, you choose, air sign. You choose. Okay, the Ace of Swords. I feel like that supports what I'm saying. I feel like it's a very mindful awareness card. The reality of the situation is, know that you choose. Be aware that we are the ones making the choices for our future right now. This moment is dependent on how we choose to respond to the energies that we are within at this moment. This is such an important card to have under the Wheel of Fortune. They go hand in hand as a new cycle of energy. And this is super, like, it's sword in the stone symbolism here. It's like King Arthurian saying, hey, this is the moment. Are you going to take the sword by the hilt? Are you going to grab it and pull it out and reveal to yourself that you are king energy? This is really big. I think this is super strong, and I really hope that we are hyper aware right now in the month of August to choose new energy, choose a new way of thinking about who you are. And I know this reading is for air signs, but I want you to know that you're more than just an air sign. We are elements all through our charts. There's stuff uncharted. There's so much stuff that makes us who we are. But one of the main elements is this choice, this mindful awareness of doing things in life, right? But also this is sword energy. This is thoughts. It's in the mind. We are air signs. This is the thing that it does. Take this universal energy that is presented and move to the next energy. Move on from the ghosts of the past. It's time to stand up, take that sword, and mindfully make the choice to be in a new mindset, a new way of thinking. And I feel like this applies so much to life, because how you resonate with life is how life manifests a love relationship for you. So I feel like this just cannot be emphasized enough, that this is something you need to be aware of and make the choice. Choose differently, to think of, to create a new mindset, how you think of yourself, especially in terms of relationship, okay? Especially in terms of who you can attract. Okay, so this is, well, connection energy. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so why this is important here. You do have 2 nines here. So normally 9s are the thing right before the end of the cycle, right? But the energy of the reading is the cycle. So these things are informative to the ending of the cycle. And when you have a 9 of Pentacles here, right after this ace, it's saying you are independent as a human, as a person. You have all of this abundance energy here. You don't need external for it. This is something that you contain within yourself as a unit. And I feel like because it's Pentacles energy, this is like how you manifest in the world. So to me, this energy is saying, this is what you should be thinking of. How you... So your thought of yourself is this. This is what you're communicating to the world through the energy that you resonate, is that I'm an abundant individual, right? But you have to choose it. Like, be aware that you are this. Be aware that your surroundings are determined by your thought, right? It's one thing to the next. The way you choose to think is the way you resonate in the world, and it's how the energy is going to manifest, right? As I said, these things influence how we are able to manifest relationship in life. Okay? So that's a big deal. Okay, let's see what the key to the future is in terms of manifesting this energy. 8 of Pentacles. So doing the work. I feel like this says, because these are side by side, these are manifestation energies. These are ways that we experience the sensations of the world around us. I feel like that can take multiple forms because this is a love reading. I feel like this is literally saying that we have to put in the work to become the master. So this choosing to become somebody, it's not just that the thought becomes this, it's to remember that we're actually going to have to exercise a new way of doing things, a new way of choosing, making choices, so that the new way of thinking about ourselves can become the master of manifesting energy. These are minor arcana, but this is still the major arcana energy for the reading. This is a significant life energy. It's saying that you have to become something through the work, doing the work, right? This is master and apprentice energy here. We look forward to being somebody great someday, right? But that moment has to take place over choices and experiences that we do. So I feel like the universe is saying this card and this card work together to manifest a new way of being, okay? So that's how it's got to be. So what do we look at in terms of August? What does this look like for us in terms of love in August, relationship? Okay, so this is Capricorn energy. If any of you are currently tied to Capricorn in some way. Earth energy, another major arcana, so we have bookends of major arcana on this. And this is the Devil card. I don't read reversals, but I do think that it's important to understand that the energy of the Devil card is the energy of, let me think, let me see, this is hard to speak out loud because it's not solely the energy of vice that we're looking at here, our lower selves. It's the energy of embracing a reality of manifestation that is, let me see, so it's passionate, potentially dangerous, if that makes sense. So let me think here. So in the past, a lot of our energies sometimes can manifest the lower levels of, the struggles of our past, right? But we're moving into a new form of self that we have to choose here, right? So it's possible that we are maybe thinking like, oh, I can't be like that because that's selfish or that's self-indulgent, right? I can't do that because that maybe looks bad or makes me into the kind of person maybe that I'm not. I think is maybe like too much of that thing, right? So this is very much fire energy, and fire and air work really well together. So like being aware that yes, you can overindulge in things. This is not the time to hold back. This is the time to push forward into that type of like indulgent energy. But I mean, in balance, right? We keep things. Libra energy is air energy, and we all are connected through air energy to that balance. So it's like saying to obtain these types of independent, abundant energies. It's like we kind of have to have some of this devil in here to imagine ourselves truly becoming the master, right? And that might be, in allowing yourself to just come out of your shell more, embrace the devil side of yourself more, have more fun, allow yourself to engage pleasure in your life. Like, we're not meant to not experience pleasure. We need to have a balance of experiences. And I feel like with all this air energy going on over here, that it's easy to get in the head and say, oh, I mean, I definitely can't allow myself to have a good time. That's just, not proper. Or maybe that would make, like, especially if you're religious, it's like, oh my gosh, like, which of the 7 deadly sins am I engaging in? Like, it's the type of energy where you just stop thinking about those kinds of things. Don't think about it, except that you maintain balance with it. So it's important to allow yourself to feel the energies of reward, thinking of yourself, not in a bad way, like I said, but like trying to make this, opening the door, basically. Opening a door that you've previously shut just by thinking of it in terms of negative energy. But it's not negative energy. It's the energy of allowance, allowing yourself to have that abundance, an independent abundance, right? Let's see if there's anything else coming in there. I mean, don't overdo it. That's the big thing. Allow yourself to go into this type of like self-love energy, pleasure energy, spoil yourself energy. Move into that space here in the month of August. Push, like, grab it, take it by the sword. Like a king is not someone who doesn't have pleasure, right? This could literally be a king. He's got the grapes and it's a party, right? There's a very festive side of the devil where you take that energy from the past, and it's the reason why well, I won't go into all that, but the devil energy isn't all bad. It has the ability to transmute all of this like ghost pain from the past, whatever kind of overindulgence you've had from the past. The devil card has this energy in it because it's the strength to literally tame it. It's the strength to balance it. It's the strength to harness it. I think that's a good word for it, harness it. Because there does have to be passion. There has to be pleasure in life. There has to be joy and celebration. And this is, to me, this energy says, in order to grab this new sense of self, there has to be a willingness to embrace, a willingness to embrace indulgence in the self. And from a perspective of balance. I always have to say the balance is part of it because, you know, I don't read reversals, and so the energy goes both ways. It's what is the energy saying and how does it express itself? And with this reading being, you know, the way it is, this would probably be reversed if I read reversals, but I don't read them, and I feel like it's a warning. I feel like it's a warning. Go into it, just don't overdo it, right? But you have to be aware. Go forward in this new energy with awareness. Okay, so I feel like it's time to do a message from the universe. Wow, I'm going to take this. This is a message from the universe, from the angels, gods, and goddesses oracle deck. It's by Tony Carmine Salerno. It's a beautiful deck with beautiful messages. Let me hold it up for you again here. Goddess of strength, stand up for what you believe. You will gain respect by holding your ground. Okay, that actually opens up a new part of devil energy, the devil card energy, and that is a type of strength for self-belief, right? Goddess of strength, stand up for what you believe. You will gain respect by holding your ground. That could be internal with yourself. It could be external with other people. I feel like it goes both ways in this reading. Actually, I don't want to read into it too much more than what it basically says. I feel like it's important in making the choice for a new self to really feel like we can stand up for who we are, right? But it's a new self. And I feel like that's kind of like a way to facilitate the manifestation of this energy, right? Yes, air signs. What we know, stand up for. This is a new cycle coming, right? So this is a new strength coming. It's a new way of standing. And I feel like a lot of this says we have to stand up to ourselves. I really do. I said it went inward and outward, and I didn't want to expound on it, but I do really feel like it's easier to think of this outward, and I want to emphasize that it's both inward and outward. We really need to stand up to the old self with this new identity that we're trying to bring into abundant expression going forward. And I think that's the kind of resonant energy we really want to experience to bring that relationship into our life that we're looking for, or to manifest the one we're currently working on into something real. And of course, you know, the devil does represent, you know, sexuality and things like that. So I just want to insert that into this and say that, you know, yeah, that's one of the energies of the month of August. Just, you know, keep it in check, but don't be afraid of it. Okay? Okay, air signs, that's been your reading for the month of August. I hope that this helps. I hope that it resonates and makes sense. Please like and subscribe if it does. If there are parts of it that do and other parts that don't, just take what resonates and leave the rest. Feel free to share comments below if there's anything you want to share with other people, or if you just want to share that it did help out. I'd love to hear how that went down. This is Medicine Crow Tarot. Thanks again.